Welcome back to Skydog Reviews. Today, a little special edition. What is known from BSCALLY as Green Friday. For those unfamiliar or looking at a lot of St. Paddy's Day releases, I think there's only one new one coming out tomorrow. So this is being filmed the day before Green Friday, the Shillelagh. But a lot of the other classic St. Paddy's Day's camps are probably going to be available. It's the time of year for them, so if you're really looking to get some, now is the time. So we'll get into this, kind of like do my other reviews. I'll try to speed this one up, keep it from going too long. But I'll always get into the pricing and discounts. I'm not quite sure what the Green Friday discount is going to be. Their traditional highest discount is 20%. Sometimes you see a 15%. You always can get a 10%. But there's rumors it could be a 17%. I do not have that in my chart. And if you're looking for that chart, it's available right there. And also, if you go on the YouTube page, go into the communities tab. I have that chart duplicated so you don't have to sit there and wait for, try to zoom in and pause for that chart. So it is available for you to pick up online there on the YouTube page for Skydog Reviews. That being said, let's get into the caps. I'll do my normal progression. We'll start with the least number of panels and the lightest weight, and we'll move to increasing number of panels and the heaviest weights. So to start out here, I'm actually not a big green fan. I don't have a lot of green in my wardrobe. This is probably about as green as I get in my shirts. But there are plenty of options that aren't just green in the BSCALLY lineup. And there are hats that you may not consider a traditional St. Patrick's Day hat that you can turn into a St. Patrick's Day hat. A little accessorizing with pins can make almost any hat into what you really want it to be. So let's start out with what we got on my head. One of those aforementioned hats. Not a traditional BSCALLY St. Paddy's Day hat. What we're looking at here is the Dad 2.0. So this hat is available for Father's Day is usually where the drop is for this one. As you can see, I've got a new light, so you can see hopefully the color's a little better, not in the shadows. But you can see this gorgeous patchwork. And you do have this green, and it goes, really good with the shirt I'm wearing. You have that kind of, I don't want to call it a mint green, but you have that green color there that's really nice. So, yeah, see a little bit better there. But this one in particular, I have a pin. It is not a St. Patrick's Day pin. That is a Staffordshire Terrier for our little Staffy Raya. The inside of the Dad, as you can see, it's got its own logo artwork. Call this one the Dad 2.0. It's not the official name. They did release one 2 years ago called the Dad. So this single panel is, you can see it's patchwork. It's a poly rayon blend, so it's for the warmer time of year, which is why it comes out on not on St. Patrick's Day, on Father's Day. Great fitting cap. I love it. I have the Dad and this Dad 2.0. I love this cap. It's, relatively lightweight, relatively cool for the warm, if not hot months. Goes good with a lot of things. The other patchwork, the Dad is, a little bit different coloring, so it goes with different shirts and materials. But one of my favorites, both of those. I use this a lot when I travel, usually when I'm flying. It's a nice compact hat, so I can put my headphones over the top of it. I think I got a picture from when I was at the car dealership this morning. So you can kind of see how that works. That's kind of the way I look when I'm sitting on the airplane, trying to drown out the rest of the people on the plane. But anyways, the Dad 2.0, kind of a non-St. Patrick's Day, St. Patrick's Day cap. This next one will definitely be a more traditional St. Patrick's Day cap. This is the Irish. And the Irish comes in this beautiful white herringbone color. Most of these hats are viewed before, so you've probably seen this one. This one, I do have the Boston Scally. It's kind of like a Boston Celtics pin, but it does say Boston Scally. You know, got trademarks and everything. Does the nice shamrock on the back. You know, one of their traditional St. Paddy's Day caps. But that white herringbone, like I said, initially didn't fall in love with it. Saw it on a bunch of people's heads, and I'm like, man, I got to get one of these. So a beautiful looking cap. And in case you forgot, it is Irish. You got the green callouts there. You got the nice shamrock inside. It does have its own pin when it's in stock, but being a Boston fan, I'll take my Celtics style pin. Another great fitting Boston Scally single panel. It's a wool poly blend. So this is something you're gonna wear in the cooler months or transitional seasons. And St. Paddy's, you know, it's like kind of, depending where you live, it can be really cold still. But getting down here in Texas, it's starting to warm up again. We had some real cold temperatures last week. But man, I just love this cap. Being white and gold about anything, it's really classy. You can really dress up with this one. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't like it initially, but man, once I saw it on people's head, I'm like, I gotta get that. So this is the Irish. All right, our next single panel is like what I consider probably the most classic of their St. Paddy's Day hats, and that's just me. Everybody else has their own opinions. But this one, I'm gonna butcher the name. I believe it's called the Eire. I've seen Eire, I've seen different pronunciations, but this is a beautiful cap. I really love it. It does have the shamrock stitched into the back, you know, just in case you forgot. This color is called, let me double check, Blarney Stone Plaid. As you can see as we get in there, it's kind of like a bluish, dark bluish gray, like is the main color, and you have the white and green callouts. So it's a beautiful cap. Goes with a lot. Doesn't necessarily have to be worn around St. Paddy's Day, but obviously it's a nice one to wear. It's got the nice heart pin. Try to do that without getting too much reflection. That light does prove to be a little too reflective on some of these brighter pins, but it does have its own signature pin. Just like the previous cap, the inside definitely tells you what you're looking at. The Eire from Boston Scally, another gorgeous green inside. It's, you know, just to remind you, it's a seasonal cap. Wool poly blend, so kind of like the Irish. It's going to fit a little looser than like the Dad 2.0. Most caps will as you go into the heavier fabrics. Just wear a little bit looser, and the lighter fabrics tend to be just a little bit tighter. So if you're in between sizes, that could help you out. But man, I love this cap. Goes with this, goes with a lot of things in my wardrobe. I'm a blue and gray guy, kind of mostly have always been, but just a lovely cap for the St. Paddy's Day collection. Should be available on the website tomorrow. So that's going to wrap up the single panels. The next style I have is going to be 6 panels. And both these 2 6 panels I'm going to show you are going to be a little lighter weight, a little heavier than the Dad, but more into the cotton transitional season type. The first one is the Punk, and they have this in multiple colors. This one is St. Patrick's Blue. It's a gorgeous hat. Again, I'm not a big green fan, so I like it more subtle. Now, again, we know it's part of the collection because we got the nice embroidered shamrock in the back, but it's a beautiful blue color. This is St. Patrick's Day blue, or St. Patrick's blue, not St. Patrick's Day blue, St. Patrick's blue. And then you kind of open up the color as we get into the inside. As you can see, we'll go in there. You have the gold and the green with the Punk logo. They do have a pin for this. I did not buy it, so I do not have the Punk pin. I just like the hat the way it was, or the cap, I should say. But almost Notre Dame-ish with the blue and the gold and the green. So those Notre Dame fans out there may find something like this to match into your wardrobe. All right, 2X. That's all my caps are. Then this is a no different 6 panel. So you still get a little bit of call out with that contrast in the brim with the green and the gold. But the rest of the hat is just that beautiful St. Patrick's blue. Can go more than just the St. Patty's Day, more of a year-round hat. Especially, like I said, the blue one. I know they have a green one, and I forget the other colors, but there are multiple colors out there. Also should probably be available on Green Friday, starting tomorrow if they're not already on the website. But this is cotton, as I've already mentioned, so it's lighter weight. Good for spring and fall transition. You can probably get away with these even in the summer, unless you're living down in the brutal furnace that we call Texas, or in the desert regions out in the west where it's in triple digits. Probably not a great cap for those days, but still a fairly lightweight cap. And I said, can go with just about anything with that colored blue. All right, the second of the 6 panels. I'll get a little bit of dust off it. Should have been using my dust bags. I guess that's why they give them to you. But this next one is the Bruin Dubliner. As you can see, I got some pins on this one. I got the nice Bruins pin there. And again, this is another cotton hat. It is black. You got the Bruins century, 100 years of Bruin hockey pin there. And just to make sure it's part of the St. Patrick's Day collection, it does have the outlined shamrock right from the factory there at BSCALLY. But again, just to, like a lot of people say, another black hat. Does not have its own special liner. It is the stock black liner of BSCALLY company, 2X. But like I said, still like that cotton hat, great fitting cap. I like it being a Bruins fan. Again, not your traditional St. Patrick's Day cap, but it does have the shamrock. So, I mean, it is called the Bruins Dubliner. So, I mean, it is definitely a cap you can wear on St. Patty's, but this is more of my hockey cap. I can wear this if I'm wearing my Bruins gear to work. Not quite that you're going to be a Bruins fan. I'm having the most stellar years compared to the last few, but I know the boys will get it back together. But another great 6-panel from BSCALLY, another great seasonal cap you can wear, and should also be available when I checked earlier on the website if you're looking to get this or one of the other Dubliner colors on Green Friday tomorrow. All right, that is it for our 6 panels. Going into the 8 panels, and here's kind of a non-traditional St. Patrick's Day cap. Though it can be. All depends what you consider traditional, but this is probably not on the website. You'd have to check. But this is the Irish American Baseball Society. And as you can see, if you're a fan of BSCALLY, you got the vent holes. You've seen those in the trainer. So you do have a shamrock in back with the baseball diamond, so that kind of gives you the license to call it a St. Patty's Day hat. But you have the vent holes, but unlike the trainers and some of the other vented caps, and nice white contrast brim, it does have a thin liner that you can kind of see through. So it does allow some good venting, unlike the traditional liners. But you get the nice Irish American Baseball Society logo. You got the green, got red in there, and like I said, definitely something you can wear. And I think I'll show you the pin. So yeah, there's the pin. But more of like, that if you're a big fan of the uke, this is almost identical to the uke. It's cotton. It's not soft cotton. I have another hat I'll show you that's similar. So it's like not quite like the uke. Doesn't have that nice softness to it. But man, especially with this gray hair sticking out the side, this white brim really sets that off. So if you're trying to show off your gray hair, you got a good option there. But a beautiful cap. I originally wasn't going to buy it, and I didn't buy the pin, and ended up being included. I found it later, but I really like this one, and this is what I said. You can wear this multiple seasons. It's got the shamrock and Irish heritage with it, so you can wear it for St. Patty's Day or the whole month of March if you wish to celebrate longer than one day. But another beautiful 8-panel cap, one of my favorite styles. Boston, the Irish American Baseball Society cap. The next cap, very similar. They do make this one in multiple colors. This one is called the Lucky. And if you're looking at the styling, it looks almost identical to the Irish American Baseball Society, except there's green callouts instead of whites. The material is listed as soft cotton. So this is almost identical construction to the ukes. That's what ukes are listed as. They don't have a green, they have a white, and this is the black with green. Again, I'm more muted, I like a little bit of green, not a lot. It does have its own pin, the Lucky pin. It does have a shamrock embroider, and it's a little different. Instead of being straight on the back, it's out here in the back quarter panel, so to speak. A little different shamrock style than you've seen so far. Do have that contrasting green brim to kind of offset with your green button and your green eyelets or your vent holes. Inside's green, but it does have the Lucky artwork in there that matches the pin. Put it on. This fits just like the uke if you have one of the ukes. One of my favorite hats, the ukes. That's one of the, my early gets. And I now have it in 3 colors. I believe that's all it comes in, but maybe we'll get more this summer. But yeah, this is another, like I said, just like the previous caps that were in cotton, in the soft cotton, it's a multi-season cap. Get away with it in the warmer weather. Maybe not, again, in the peak of the summer and triple digits or high humidity, because it'll probably absorb a lot of sweat being cotton. But this time of year, it's perfect, you know, when you're out there in between the 50s, 60s, and 70s. It's a great cap. Great cap, more of a low-key cap here for the St. Paddy's Day and Green Friday, but I believe these will be available, if they're not already available, on the website for Green Friday. So if you're looking to package up some caps, maximize your savings with the discounts, this is another great cap you can order up on BSCALLY. All right, next cap is a non-traditional. It's not designed to be a St. Patrick's Day cap. This one is new to me. I got this as a throw-in. I had bought 2 caps, so I wanted to get a third. I've already done its brother, so to speak, or one of its brothers. But this one is the Peaky in iron and gravel. And this is a little bit different fabric. I don't know, it's like, not really a nail's head fabric, but it kind of feels like that. But look at the coloring on that. The iron and gravel is just, I've seen some folks wear it on the Scally Crew Facebook group, and it's just a beautiful cap. And you can make it Irish. When we're going to make it Irish, you can just put a Boston Scally Shamrock pin there. This is the black one. You can make any cap like a good St. Paddy's Day cap. But man, this is just, I love the fabric on this one. I said the one I own, the other one I own, I really love as well. It's a little darker, different color palette. It does have that faux leather on the button, which means you're going to match that up with the faux leather on the brim. I know some folks don't like that, but it is good contrast. And it has the Peaky artwork under the brim in this nice red color. You know, it looks a little bit more high-end. I know color shouldn't do that, but they do. Yeah. Now the Peaky is considered a wool poly blend, but it feels a little lighter than their traditional wools. Probably a little bit more on the poly. They don't lift percentages for all their caps, but man, this is just a beautiful cap. Like I said, you put the shamrock on, make it a St. Paddy's Day cap, or you can wear this one year round. The wool poly is a little warmer than some of the other caps, but for a wool poly, it feels a little lighter. A really great fit and just classy. I mean, I'll probably end up getting all of these before it's said and done. Right now, this is my second one in this particular series. I have a lot of 8 panels, but man, love this cap. This is a really great cap. I've been looking forward to getting one, and finally I was able to throw it in a mix and match 3 deal. Your best deal out there with the $25 off, and you can add a free shipping code to it. All those other discounts, you can't. So, fabulous cap. Look forward to wearing this for many years. All right, this is probably my most St. Patty's Day cap I'll show you today. It's another 8-panel. This one is called the Galway, and as you can see, it's patchwork. So we're looking at plaid in there. We got the green, we got the gray herringbone in the black, and then just kind of repeats itself as we go around. Initially, when this cap came out last year, around this time, I did not purchase it. Wasn't really in the patchwork. I just kind of was an acquired taste for me. But I mean, you can see it's just a beautiful patchwork all the way around. Great colors, and it's not too green, but I did add another one of those Celtics BSCALLY pins and just kind of make it mine. Inside, it's got its own artwork. It's got the Galway artwork in there. Very Irish. Comes out this time of year, and I believe it's still available. I was looking on the website this morning. So if you're looking at some mix and match, or you just maybe looking for a new favorite cap, this is going to be one of those options that's going to be available to you tomorrow on Green Friday. Man, this is a nice cap. I don't know why I didn't. I was on the fence. I got to be honest. I was like, man, and it wasn't until I got a couple of the patchwork caps over the last spring and summer that I was like, you know what? Yeah, these patchworks definitely have a place. I was more solid colors or more subdued plaids, but these patchwork hats really work great, and they go with a lot of different things with your outfit, depending what you wear. But even with the splash of green in here, with the black and gray, you know, so you can still do grays and blacks and that little color offset. So it's more useful when you're trying to match your outfits when you go into the patchwork. It gives you a little bit more freedom. So yeah, this is another great 8-panel wool poly blend, if I haven't already mentioned that. So it's going to be, and this is more of their traditional wool poly, so it's going to be for the cooler months, you know, during the winter and early spring or in late fall. I don't know if I'll be wearing this out on a really hot day, because then I can already feel it just compared to the Peaky I was just wearing. It feels a little warmer on the head already. But it's another great cap. Should be available unless they sell it today on the website for the Green Friday sale tomorrow. This next cap, unfortunately, you will not be able to buy. I believe it's already sold out, or sold out in some sizes if it's not completely sold out. This is something new, just came out the other week. The Guinness. So again, we're looking at another patchwork 8-panel cap. More in black and tan. A little bit of grays in there. So we got the solid colors, you get the plaid, you get the gray herringbone back in the solid, and then you have the Guinness logo, Dublin, Ireland, and the year that they were established. So it's definitely a co-branded cap. It also had a something I've never seen before, a tag. It had a tag in the back of the hat with Guinness on it, and then BSCALLY on the other side. So it's probably going to be available maybe on like a Guinness website or in a Guinness shop. So you may want to look there if BSCALLY doesn't have it. But I mean, another beautiful patchwork. And as I just talked about, you can kind of wear this with a lot of things. It has a full leather button, which means we're going to get the full leather underbrim. And then a very unique liner to this cap. It's really busy, but you can see it's a lot of the Guinness logos. And it is just, you know, amazing, you know, almost a shame that no one's really going to see that. And if you also see in there, again, like that's what I'm thinking, this may get sold. It does have the Guinness logo as well as the BSCALLY logo into the headliner. And also, you know, and I just noticed this, the regular headliner has some call outs in there of Guinness with some green stars. And it looks like pint glasses, hard to tell. Now there is a 4-panel pin set, which you notice I did not buy, or a three pin pin set. I think it was 3. I think it was $24 for the pin set, but so it's 3 additional pins, and they're great looking pins. Some caps I have 2 pins, some I have 3, but I really don't like to go too many on the pins. And I was like, and I already got Guinness written across the back of it. Man, what a gorgeous cap. Definitely could see myself wearing this in a few different places. Going dinner on a cruise ship, stuff like that, kind of dressing up a little bit with it. But also going to wear this one to work. But it's a great looking cap. It's obviously a good St. Paddy's Day cap. You see Guinness, everybody associates that with St. Patrick's Day. Just a fabulous cap. Again, it's not going to be available, I don't believe. You'd have to check the website, but I'm pretty sure I saw that they were gone, or at least in my size. So you may have to wait till they restock, if they do restock. Or like I said, you may want to check, maybe Guinness themselves will sell caps, because there is Guinness branding. Like I said, did have a tag, and it does have it in the liner, so they may be available elsewhere. Great cap if you can get a hold of it, folks. All right. Oh, almost forgot. I'll put the cap back on. Did get some swag. Got another dust bag, as you can see. So you have the harp, which is one of their pin logos. I think they had a pint glass, and I forget what the other one was in the pins. But they did come with the dust bag, one of their common swag gifts. And I'm pretty sure I saw some good swag coming tomorrow. I don't know. They haven't released the details, but I saw a little mini... oh, God, I can't even think of the name right off the top of my hat. But it holds about a shot worth of alcohol. And they showed on their social media making an Irish car bomb. So there's going to be glasses, I think shot glasses, pint glasses. There's, like I said, this little container to put your shot in there. Should all be available tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be random or associated with certain caps, but they've been advertising it this week on their social medias. All right, just going to bring us into our last cap. And this one was like probably the first cap that I'd associate with St. Paddy's Day that I bought. Again, not a big green fan, but this cap was just subtle enough that I thought it was perfect. You've seen this before in my head. This is the Shamrock Peaky. Again, from the Peaky series, just that nice gray herringbone. Does have a shout out of green on the button, but it's a very, it's a lighter green. Doesn't really stand out, not like a Kelly green or something like that. Now, this pin does not necessarily design for this cap, but it is the BSCALLY green shamrock pin with their B. I showed you the black one on the other Peaky, the iron and gravel. This is the green one, so it goes perfect here. It does have that green shamrock in the yank, but again, very low key. Don't need to wear this just on St. Paddy's Day. It's a year-rounder. If you can get away with it, it is a wool poly blend, so it could be worn. That just in a warmer climate, it's a little hot and you get into the upper, into the 90s and then the hundreds. It does have, again, that same subtle green we saw in the pin. It's fabric, it's not leather. For the liner, so you get a little bit of contrast, not a big contrast. And then you have the logo artwork for BSCALLY Shamrock. Maybe the pin is, I don't know, that matches the artwork. So maybe this pin originally was released with this cap, but I just thought it was a great pin. I have it on some other caps as well. So like all the other 8-panel Peakies, this is a great fitting cap. The wool poly fits a little looser, so it's not as tight as the lighter fabrics, but like I said, it's a beautiful cap. I love the gray herringbone. I have it a few different styles, and obviously I like it when we get into the patchworks, but definitely a cap you can wear on St. Paddy's Day. I believe it's in stock when I looked at it this morning for Green Friday tomorrow. So it should be available if you want to add it into your mix. But I mean, I've worn this one at various points during the cooler months. So again, it's not so green that you can only wear it all, like, you know, during St. Paddy's events. It is definitely a year-rounder. Great fitting cap. One of my first, I think it was one of the early caps that I bought when I first started collecting a couple of years ago. So it's been in the collection a while. Don't wear it as much just being in Texas. We tend to have warmer weather, so it's usually kind of a limited season for me, just temperature-wise, but can't go wrong with it. All right, well, that's probably about as fast as I've done that many caps. Yeah, I just wanted to keep you all updated, get you prepared for the Green Friday event tomorrow that BSCALLY is holding, and for just good reviews for this time of year for caps that, you know, are obviously St. Paddy's Day caps, and caps that maybe not so obvious, but you can make into St. Paddy's Day caps. Again, it's your style, it's your way of thinking. Little accessorizing, you can make almost any cap fit the season you're in. Well, that about wraps it up, folks. I really appreciate you joining in with me again, and we'll see you next time on Skydog Reviews.